it's your girl Bridupre, and I'm coming back to you with another seldom video. If you're interested in how I did this hair, hopefully that video is up before this video, and it will be linked in the iCards above. I do have a towel on. I'm not naked. It's one of those towels that like velcros, so you can sort of wear it without tying it up, so it's super cool. I thought today we would do a chit chatty, get ready with me, tell you guys about some updates that have been going on in my life, and you know, just do some makeup, which we haven't really done in a while. So I feel like I'm really low. I normally don't use this chair. I'm normally using this chair over here. If you guys can't really see it, it's the normal chair that kind of squeaks, but it's really old, and now it's been like lowering all the time. So I'm just on like a normal dining room sort of chair that I found next to a dumpster when I first moved in, that I've been using at one of my various beauty spaces. So like you can see, my backdrop is crumbled up and draped behind that chair. You guys, I'm trying to get together. I'm going to be redoing this room, and I might record it, I might not. But first thing is first is we have to get this hair out of our face because it's a lot. So I do this little hairstyle where I just take this in the back and do like a little tie. Boom, done. I've got some stuff. Also was having like I don't know if it was called a customer appreciation, because I'm Diamond member. Certain things were like, I think it was 10 times the points, and then everything else was 5 times the points. And e.l.f. was one of those brands, so I did buy a lot of e.l.f. stuff. This is not going to be a haul because most of the things I got are pretty boring, and I don't think it would. I also have some stuff mixed in here with my BoxyCharm box. Like this month we got the Natasha Denona little like mini thing. I'm gonna do a video on it. My friend kind of shopped my BoxyCharm stash, but I was planning on doing a collective video on BoxyCharm, so subscribe if you want to see that. But I've been hearing a lot of things about the Power Grip primer from e.l.f. that it's like the Hydro Grip primer from what is that, Milk Makeup, and I actually love that primer. I have it around here somewhere. If you guys could see how my desk looks, I mean, I'm sure you're gonna see it in that video when I redo this room. It is a legit shit show. So anyways, so I'm gonna first, ooh, should we prime? No, you know what, let's do eyes first. I don't want to do anything too crazy because my rabbit's going completely crazy. I don't want to do anything too crazy because I'm driving for an hour and a half, and I don't want my eye to water and then like ruin my makeup. But I think, well, should we do the eyes first? Let's just get the eyes out of the way. I'm just gonna go on with the ABH normal eye primer, which is my holy grail. I've been using it for, well, since it came out, I guess. This is like my second tube, and I even have a mini that I got, I think, last Christmas. You know when ABH does their little collections with their little glitter boxes? I got like a mini one in that. I'm going to use this palette. You guys haven't seen me use it in a video, but I've been using it and I really like it. It's the Fenty Beauty, what is this called? Sunstalker. It's supposed to be a bronzer and an eye palette, and a lot of people in the reviews, I think, forgot about the fact that this could also be used on your eyes, and then all complain about how there were rectangle boxes, and how can you get in for your face. But I've been using this for the eyes, and I've been really liking this, so I'm just gonna use this. Nothing too crazy today. So I'm just gonna first go in with this second shade here. So I got a new car. I got a Hyundai Veloster, which are super cool. They're not very popular out here. Like, I don't see a lot of people with them, because my whole argument is like, I like to be able to see my car. Like when you're parked in a mall parking lot, I don't want to be like, oh, is that my car? Because there's like 20 of my same car, same color. Like the car I had before this one was a burgundy color, so I'd be able to sort of pick it out. The car before that was blue, like, you know, so I could be able to pick it out. So this car I have now is gray. so it's not as unique of a color, but it's a unique car. If you guys don't know what a Hyundai Veloster is, it's 3 doors, 3 windows, has a panoramic sunroof, it's push to start, you know, just all the things that you would want in a car. I like that it's 3 doors. It's a 4-seater, not a 5-seater. The middle seat has like a built-in cup holder, and it's more of like a sporty car. So I got that. That was drama in itself. Maybe I'll do a story time. I went through Carvana. Do not go through Carvana. I got my first car, my Malibu, the burgundy one I was talking about, from Carvana. And everything went smooth, and this was like in the middle of a pandemic. When I first moved into this apartment, got my car, everything like that. It was all during when the pandemic had first started. And it was like the smoothest process, which is why I decided to go through it again, like to go through the same people again. But it was just all around just terrible this time around. And I don't know if you guys know, so I live in Indiana, but I'm from Illinois, and they've lost their license to sell cars in Illinois several times. And like, I definitely see why, because dealing with them this time around was just 100% trash. But I've had my car not even a month yet, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I had an issue. I have a cracked rim, which is annoying, because my car, so I was supposed to originally get my car in mid-July, and they were like, oh, it's been delayed due to a car quality issue. Didn't end up getting my car until the 1st of August, and you give me a car with a cracked rim? Like, isn't that a quality issue? So I just felt like, that's a little sus. Okay, let's deepen this up a wee bit. Just going to take a smaller brush that's similar. I'm just gonna go literally, I'm just gonna go down the line. So I'm just gonna go into this shade here now. What else has happened? Well, that was a lot of issues with that car. I'm still having issues with Carvana, and them telling me there's more things I need to do to get my permanent like registration and permanent plates, which is just stupid. They're just completely unorganized, and I don't recommend them to anyone if you're in the market. There's another app called Vroom. The only thing I did not like about Vroom is that well, there's 2 things. A, they charge you a delivery fee. So Carvana delivers your car for free. The only time you pay, I think you pay for a delivery if you like decide you don't want the car. I could be wrong, I don't know. I've never decided that I didn't want the car. So but Vroom was like $1,000, $1,200, and the delivery fee varied depending on the car. And the other thing I didn't like, so what I like about Carvana is they will just tell you overall what you're approved for. Like, hey, you put down, let's say $4 grand, your car note's gonna be $300, and now you can like look at cars that if you put down $4 grand and your car note is $300, the cars that you're allowed to like have. And then Vroom was like, yeah, you're approved for like maximum of $35,000 car, but then every single car you have to individually inquire about and get a hit on your credit about. And like, my whole argument was it didn't tell you the car note. So it'd be like, yeah, you're approved for this $40,000 car, but your car note's gonna be $700. And it's like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not trying to pay $700 a month. That's almost as much as my rent. Like, I'm not gonna play that game. So that's what happened there. That's why I decided to go with Carvana versus Vroom. Both of them had a nice selection of the cars I was looking at. I was either gonna get a Hyundai Civic or a Honda. I'm sorry, because there's one that's a Chinese brand or whatever the case may be. So I was either gonna get a Honda Civic or a Hyundai Veloster. So the Civics were just too much money for the years that I wanted, because you want to get a fairly newer car. Like, I know my car is not the newest, but you want to get a fairly newer car because a car note and having to deal with car issues is just not where it's at for me. Do you guys see how well these shadows just like blend? All right, I'm gonna do this one again, just like halfway out, and then I'm gonna put this one really just deep in my outer V section. I'm gonna go in with the same brush for the second to last shade, and I'm just gonna place it a little bit lower. And then look at this. I don't know if anybody speaks on this. Look at this. Nothing. Nothing. Literally no kick up. It's crazy. This is like really good. Better than any palette she came out with. So I'm still having issues there. And it's led me to be more stressed out, especially about this card, because of course, as soon as I get a card. So you guys, I don't know if you guys know, I went to go see MGK in concert like 2 weeks ago. He was in Noblesville, which is very close to Indianapolis, which is only a couple hours away. So me and my sister went. Hopefully I can get that vlog up before I get this video up. I don't know, because this type of video is very easy for me to edit, and those type of videos are harder. And you weren't allowed to bring professional cameras into the venue. So I have footage on my phone, and I have a hard time always trying to get footage from my phone to my computer for some reason. It like, whenever I connect it to the computer, it never wants to connect. It's very weird. All right, now I'm gonna take a tiny little baby brush. Well, not as babyly, but a smaller brush. And we're gonna get this dark shade. So anyways, I go on this trip to go see MGK. So as you guys know, I don't know if I told you guys, I was like loving my job, okay? I was running 2 restaurants as a general manager. I was making enough money finally to be able to pay my bills, have money left over, be able to shop, you know, be able to afford with my dog business on the side, be able to afford this car that I just got. And my boss had hired a district manager. So a little background about my boss is he never came from food. He literally bought a restaurant because his wife was bored and wanted to run a restaurant. He doesn't understand food. He doesn't get it. I've been working in food ever since I could work. I'm 28, but working in food for at least 12 years. Like at least 12 years. And we owned the 2 restaurants, right? And then he owns a school and like a gas station. So the school and the gas station were already established when he bought them. He bought the gas station from his dad. Obviously a gas station is always going to make it in any market. The pandemic showed us that food and gas are always going to be a necessity. So you're stable there. And then he already had a clientele because all he did was buy the school and remodel it. So he already had like basically a clientele. So these things were already established. Whereas the restaurants were things that he was building up that were brand new. The only ones of their kind, because he's a franchisee owner, the only ones of their kind in northwestern Indiana and things like that. So I tried to explain to him, first of all, if you guys Google how long it takes to get a profit off a restaurant, it will tell you 5 to 7 years. Okay, this is like basic business 101. Okay, I can't tell you about any other business. I can't tell you about a clothing store or whatever the case may be, but food, 5 to 7 years. Okay, so one restaurant had only been open barely a year, and he's like, oh my god, we're hemorrhaging money, I'm not making a profit. Yeah, and you're not supposed to, and you're not going to for a long time. And let me just preface this by saying that I was his 4th GM in the span of 4 months. So 3 people had been the GM before me, and it had only been open, 6 months before I started. Okay, so I was there the longest. So he hires this district manager. She was a loud, obnoxious, lazy person who thought she was a GM, but she was a district manager. And me and her kind of butt heads, me and him kind of butt heads. And he made it abundantly clear that loyalty means nothing to him. And if you guys work in food, you'll know that like loyalty is basically the only thing you have to make your employees stay. There's a high turnover rate in food. People come and go, and the only way to get them to stay is by having loyalty, by showing them that you care about them as a person, that you don't just look at them as a number or a dollar sign, oh shit, or whatever the case may be. I'm thinking I'm gonna take, I never used this shade before, but I think I'm gonna take it and blend up this eyeshadow into my brow bone. I think that'd be a good idea. So So that's what I'm gonna do. See how it works. So anyways, me and her butt heads. Then they were like, well, do you just want to run one restaurant? Because it is a lot to run 2 restaurants, regardless if they were smaller or right next door to each other. That's still a lot. I mean, a GM is needed 50 hours in one restaurant for a reason. And you can't split that 50 hours between 2 restaurants and then think you're going to get really good results. So I told them I'm just going to run one restaurant. The one that I applied for, the one that I got hired for, the one that I was waiting to start. So we were all on the same page, at least I thought. The day I leave for my vacation to go see MGK in concert, I spoke to the district manager, and she said, I'm drawing up a new contract where you're just going to be running the one restaurant. And do you want to still work 50 hours? Do you want to work 45? Like what do you want to do? So I said, I still want to work 50, you know, and yeah, I'm just going to run the one restaurant. Now, mind you, this whole time I've had like at least 2 or 3 meetings with them, and I was never a GM before I started working there. I've been a manager at certain places or an assistant manager, but never a general manager. I've seen my sister do it. I've worked with my sister as a general manager. So that's why I thought I would be good at it, because I'm like, if she could do it, I could do it. You know what I mean? And he never was a general manager either. He gave me like half-ass training. So as far as I can focus on labor, but as far as like food costs and things like that, he never gave me a budget. He never gave me a goal. All this stuff started coming up once he hired her. So I said, okay, that's like, I understand that. That's fine. Like, teach me what I need to know. Like, I'm trying to tell them things that won't work, and also be susceptible to things that will work that are new. And I was just getting weird vibes from them and whatever the case may be. So I decided I'm gonna start looking for a new job, because you can't come up here. Chester, you can't come up here. Go. Get down. Get down. You can't be up here. Chester's over here trying to climb on this desk. Not today, sir. Not today. I'm just going in with this lighter shimmer shade, and then I'm going to go in with this darker shimmer shade and the outer V. So we have used every single one of these eyeshadows in this palette today. So I started looking for other jobs just to see what was out there, and slowly realized that I could be making more money only running one restaurant than I am running 2 restaurants. When I started running 2 restaurants, I was given a $1.38 raise. GMs make like $50,000 a year, and I was making less than that running 2 restaurants. So I was like, okay, we're gonna, you know, I had a couple of interviews. I was going to, you know, not quit my job until I got a new job, obviously, and just see what my options were, and then planning on doing like a 2-week notice and ending things amicably. So I go on this trip the day we have that conversation about the contract, and I come back from the trip, come back in town, and I'm like, you know, back on Indeed applying for more jobs, because, you know, I'm trying to get out of this place. And guess what the fuck I saw on Indeed? I'm gonna give you a second to type it. This is cute. It's not nothing to write home about, but it's cute and it was easy. Okay, I'm gonna let you you guys done guessing? Now we're gonna go in with that primer I was talking about. I saw my job. So now, okay, let me explain. I got hired and I was working at 2 restaurants. I said I was gonna work at 1. So it would make sense that if I was on Indeed, that I would see a job ad for maybe the restaurant that I decided that I wasn't going to run. But that wasn't the case. It was for the restaurant that I said I was going to run. And here's the best part. It was posted the day I left for my trip. So the day I had a conversation with this girl, and told her I was gonna run the one and whatever the case may be, and she was so friendly to my face. Literally that same day she posted my job on Indeed. And how stupid can you be? When I applied for the job at first, the job wasn't even in the description. Sometimes when you're trying to replace GMs, or when you have a new restaurant opening that's the first of its kind in that location, the Indeed thing will be kind of anonymous. Like it will say like general manager of an up and coming like juice restaurant or whatever the case may be. Like you couldn't even attempt to have a little bit of anonymity. Like, you know what I mean? You just blatantly put my job and then put less money than what I'm making. You think there's gonna be a general manager who's gonna work as a general manager making $15 an hour? You can be an entry-level employee at a gas station and make $15 an hour here. But you think someone's gonna be the general manager? I have assistant managers that make $14. You're gonna make $1 more than your assistant manager? I had hired somebody before who was making $16. So the general manager is gonna make less than an entry-level employee? How does that make sense? So I saw the ad posted while I was applying for jobs, and this was supposed to be the first day I was supposed to work coming back from my trip. So I was in a group chat with both of them, the owner and the district manager. And so I took a screenshot of this and I said, is there anything I should know? And I said that like my sister was applying for jobs and saw it because I didn't want them to think, like based off the conversation, I didn't want them to think that like I was actively seeking other employment, you know what I mean? So I get some like BS response like, we need a bench, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, all I ask is that if you're trying to replace me, that you let me know, because I live by myself. You know, I have animals that rely on me. I just bought a car. Like, if my job is over or you're trying to replace me, I think I deserve like a heads up so that way I can plan accordingly. And the response is, I was like, is there anything I should know? And she's like, no. Like that was like, okay, cool. So I said, you guys do what you're gonna do, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I went to the stores, I grabbed all my stuff. I guess I forgot a bottle of lotion, which really is annoying because I'm low on lotion. And I left. And then I'm in these group chats. I was actually the maker of the group chats. So I posted on these group chats. I don't know if I want to use this sponge, to be honest, because, well, let's just try it and see. I really don't care for this sponge. Oh, you know what? Before we even do that, where is she? Let me just color correct real quick because I really don't want to look gray. So anyways, I posted in a group chat a screenshot of the ad that had my job in both the group chats, the group chat for both restaurants, because they're separate, obviously. And I said, effective immediately, I quit. I said that these people don't care about you. Loyalty means nothing to them, which it's very true. I said they're trying to replace me. They don't care about me. You know, good luck. You guys have fun, whatever the case may be. So on one side, I had 2 people quit. And then, okay, so this sponge maybe isn't that bad. On the other side, the store that like had opened, that I was like hired to do, that like took forever to open, almost everybody quit. So we had 20 employees. I think at least 18 or 17 of them quit, to the point where they closed the store and put a sign talking about closed due to reconstruction. Like, girl, don't be telling these lies. And so I disbanded the group chats, and I texted my boss and her in a group chat that we had together, and I was like, you know, telling him basically how he had hurt my feelings, how he had chose this person that he hired like 2 weeks ago over me, how loyalty means nothing to him, and whatever the case may be. Never responds to me, doesn't care. I disbanded the group chats because I was the owner of the group chats, and like, I'm not gonna keep having a group chat of 2 jobs that I'm not a part of. So I disbanded the group chats, and they make new ones, and I make a different one with like some of my employees that said that they had quit, and like us chatting or whatever the case may be. And they're like, oh, they're trying to put us in this group chat, and you know, this is what's happening. And so they're showing me screenshots of the group chat of like people being like, remove me from the group chat. I quit also. Like, you don't care about us. And I didn't tell you guys this, but we get tips, right? A lot of these food industries, you can you can give credit card tips, cash tips, whatever the case may be. And instead of him distributing it, like say you had four people working that day and you guys had $30 in tips, so we're just gonna distribute it, he would keep it all in-house. He tried to say that every 90 days that he would do a inquiry and see if you can collectively raise the hourly rate for everyone there. But I had been working at the one restaurant since February until, well, this month, and not once has he collectively raised anybody's hourly wages. So he's a liar. He was legit stealing tips. But I didn't tell anybody this, right? So I didn't tell anybody anything or give them any false facts or whatever. All I said is that he doesn't care about you guys, and like, these are the facts. And he's trying to replace me, and they just didn't like that because they all like me as boss. And like I said, when you don't have loyalty in the food business, you don't have anything. So where's my... Lately, I haven't really been a fan of concealer, to be honest. But I am going to go in with the Pure 4-in-1, which is like a concealer and a foundation, and use this as my concealer because it's a little bit lighter than me right now. I'm a little bit more tan. So he's like texting me like, I can sue you for you telling people that I haven't paid you or I stole money from you. I'm like, what are you talking about? Doesn't respond to me being like, shame on you for saying I'm a hard worker because I'm brown. Shame on you for saying I eat too much. Like, these are all things that my boss said to me, right? And doesn't respond to those things. Doesn't say sorry. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't defend himself. But is mad that he thinks I'm saying that I said that, which, by the way, I did not. Because he did not steal anything from me, so I don't know what he's talking about. So then I'm getting screenshots in the new group chat of people saying that they quit and he's stealing their tips. So maybe that's what it is. And he's trying to be like, when employees talking about Brie lost her job due to poor work performance. Oh, so I lost my job? Cool. So I can go to unemployment then and say that I was let go and I didn't quit, because according to him, I lost my job. I mean, were you trying to replace me? Yeah, maybe. Did you succeed in that? No. And to this day, they still have the ad on Indeed. And now get this, instead of making $15 to $17 as general manager, now you can make $13 to $15 an hour as a general manager there. This is hysterical. $13 as a general manager, you're still living with your parents. Like, I'm telling you that right now. There's no way you could live off of $13 an hour as a general manager, meaning you're working like 50 hours a week and have no time for a second job. Like, there's absolutely no way. But so they can have good luck with that. So like, it just kills me that he didn't care about my feelings. This just shows what kind of person he is. Like, you don't care about my feelings. You only respond to something completely off topic because you think I'm spreading lies, which shows how little you think of me as a person, because I would never be somebody who does that. I don't care how bad the work area was. I will only ever speak the truth, and I will never disclose certain things to people because obviously I was in cahoots with that too. Do you know what I mean? So like, I would never do that. Number one. I'm gonna get some more. I need more flour. What is this? Flower power. Okay. So whatever, you know what I mean? So I heard that they were shut down because one of my cooks said he quit at the other store. So I heard that, and he was like, it's a sign saying they're closed. So I go up there and I take a photo of the sign that says closed due to construction because I think it's hilarious, and I put it in a little group chat. And then he wants to text me talking about I'm not welcome on the property. I'm welcome on any public commercial property. I didn't go inside because you were closed. I simply walked up to a door and took a photo. And that's all I did. So you can fuck off with that. And now the district manager is the general manager, and she's been there every day because I pass over there because I don't know if I told you guys, I only live like 5 minutes away from those restaurants, which is one of the reasons why I liked my job so much, because if I was needing a pinch or something, like I could just drive right up there if I was home. So, and I pass all the time because it's like just something you pass. It's on a main road. There's like the grocery store is there, the Starbucks is there, you know what I mean? The McDonald's is there. So you're always passing it. And the district manager has a green Kia Soul. And so I've seen her car there every day. And in the group chat, they're like, blah, blah, blah was there and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I bet she was. Now she's, instead of her being a district manager, now she's just doing my job. And he thought he could pay somebody less money. And he's definitely paying her more than what he was paying me. So I just think it's hilarious that he tried to say that I'm spreading lies because when people lose their job, they're upset. When did I lose a job? Like, I quit that day. I was on the schedule for the entire week. Nobody said I was fired. But you know what? If that's the case, I can go up to unemployment right now then and just cop the money because I have a screenshot of him saying I lost my job. Not to mind you, like, he was doing hella illegal stuff. He was paying people in cash because they weren't legal citizens. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's probably in a lot of kitchens though, to be honest. But I just set my under eyes with some more flour powder from Beauty Bakery. And I want to try, I feel like this is too light for me, this bronzer. I got the ABH cream bronzer, and I just feel like when I was swatching it, it was too light. Like, let me show you guys. I feel like that's just like, basically, that looks like, doesn't that kind of look like my skin? We'll try it. We'll try it and see if it is any good because, I mean, I can always just go exchange it. I got it from Ulta, obviously, so I just really want to try it today. This is my favorite brush I use for bronzer. It's the Morphe M427. It's so good. It's like dual fibery, it's ovally, it's perfect for the face. So we're just going to, I guess, try this out and see if it's, yeah, I might have to get a darker shade, you guys. I mean, maybe if I was lighter, I guess it hits a little bit, but this just kind of looks like this is almost my skin color. Don't we feel like that? Is that a feeling that you agree with? That just, because do I even look like anything happened? A little bit, barely. Maybe it'll become more apparent on the face. Well, on the cheeks, let's see. Well, well, it's not, it does look, well, when you have concealer and everything, I guess it kind of looks, it's not a bad color on the cheeks, I guess. I guess it's not a bad color. It's like a natural bronzer, I guess. It's not like the worst thing, but I like the little subtle, do you guys see that? The little sheen it gives, that's pretty cool. I just hate to be somebody who returns things after you use it, because I know, because I used to work there, that we had to throw it away. And it's just like, what a waste, you know? Maybe we'll just try to keep it and work with it. But yeah, so long story short, I'm no longer a GM of a restaurant, and my income right now is very, very low. I took a seasonal position at a Halloween store because if you guys saw my other video saying that I had been struggling with creativity in my makeup and stuff, I thought that this would be a good time to sort of re-spark that. And even so, we're not open yet. I worked there only one day putting away like product from the truck, and even just doing that I already got inspired. So I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder in medium and set my entire face. If I can peel this off. Why would you make a peel off thing literally so hard to peel off? And I'm gonna set with my favorite, I love these Lunar Beauty brushes. This is the Lunar Beauty LBF1. Just gonna set my face with this. So yeah, I've been working at this store, but the issue I'm having is, first of all, I already was hired at a lower rate because obviously I'm not a general manager of the store, and so that's already a pay cut. And then because we're not open yet, we're only working when we have products. So instead of me working 3 days, I worked a day and a half. So the hours right now are not where it's at. I've been interviewing. I just had a Zoom interview yesterday, and I feel like it went well. I really hope I get that one because it's not a GM. It's for like an associate manager, but it's like would be $4 more than what I was making as a GM, and would be $10 less. So essentially my paycheck would be around the same amount, but I would have more time. So instead of working 5 10-hour days, I would work 5 8-hour days, which is fine by me. So more time. I mean, it's 2 hours essentially, but still more time period for me to do what I like to do. Should we go into brows real quick? Cause that's how I've been feeling. I'm gonna open up a brand new Wow Brow. I bought like 3 of these because they're only $4 each. And like I said, there were 10 times the amount of points. And all the ones I bought already, I feel like they were like drying out for some reason. I love a fresh e.l.f. Wow Brow. And I get the color like deep brown or something. What is this? Yeah, deep brown. It's the darkest color that they have. What time is it? We're making good time. So I've been deciding, like, do I want to stay in the food business? Do I want to branch out? I mean, you can make the most money in food without having a degree in anything. And like, food just makes sense, and people will always be hiring for food, and it's not like a robot can do everything in the food industry. You know what I mean? So it just seems like a practical thing. But like, I do want to finish school, and I do want to get my degree in animal science. And I found an online school that you can do it. It's called Unity College. So if you guys have been there or have any suggestions on schools that offer animal science online, like, I am all ears. Look at that. See, it's like natural, but it's not like crazy. You know what I mean? Just let me know, because I'm thinking about okay. All right, a lot came out over there, huh? I'm like, it's all natural. A huge gunk comes out. Because I'm trying, you know, animals make me smile. Animals is my life, you know what I mean? And if I can get a degree in that, I don't want to be a vet or anything, but if I could just get a degree in that and like work on a farm or something, that would just be so great. Can you picture me with little overalls in the farm living my best life? I really need to get my eyebrows done. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really need to get my eyebrows done. I'm gonna clean these up. So I'm just going to take a flat brush like so, with a very small amount of that concealer we used for our brows, for our under eyes earlier. And I'm just going to clean up the top. A lot of people be like, oh, you can't clean it up after you set your face, but I've never had an issue. So I'm just not using copious amounts of concealer like everybody else is. Why are we putting so much concealer on our brows? Why? You just need a little bit. Some people find it weird that I do this after eyeshadow and everything, but sometimes you need to frame your brow around the eyeshadow. Like, sometimes if my eyeshadow goes up high, then I can just bring my brow up high, you know? And if my eyeshadow is regular, then I can do like a feathery brow. Brows are so interchangeable, I feel. Just like hair, just like makeup, just like anything else, really. See? Boom. Done. All right, now I'm gonna go back over this bronzer with another bronzer. This is how much I like Juvia's Place bronzers. I have 2 colors, summer and winter. So I'm gonna go in with the summer one. This is in the color tan, I believe. Yeah, this is the bronzers in tan. I'm just gonna go in with this top one here. I'm gonna use my Lunar Beauty. This is like a duo brush. I was using this side to set my under eyes earlier, and I like to use this side for powder bronzer. So, see, this is like more bronzed, I feel. I'll go down the nose a little bit. We're going to be a golden goddess, okay? Now I'm gonna go in with my favorite blush, maybe. I can literally not find anything. I promise you I can't. The Alamar Cosmetics Seclusion. And I'm gonna mix a little bit of Isla, these two together. Using a duo fiber blush brush. This one is from Kala. It's a complexion 304. I'm pretty sure I got this from Shop Miss A, this brush. We got a little mixture of high-end and drugstore happening today. She is well balanced. This time last year I was actually in Galena. I'm hoping that there's good views on the drive and I can show you guys. 'Cause I'm not really going anywhere. Just like a little getaway. Cool. Now, I'm going to spray my face before we move on any longer. I'm going to use the All Nighter by Urban Decay. I'm trying to decipher if I want to wear lashes or not. I don't really know if I want to. Because it's just like more low-key, you know? It's like more like a low-key vibe. I think I'm just gonna do mascara. I'm gonna do mascara and I'm gonna come back. Okay, so mascara is done. All I did was take the darker shade and the second darker shade, run it across my lash line, and then I put this shimmery eyeliner from ColourPop in the shade Silver Lake, which is funny because it's gold, in my waterline, and that's it. For mascara, wow, I just had it in my hands. This is hilarious. Well, we use a couple things. So I use these two. This is the ABH mascara. I don't know what it's called. Lash Brag. This is the Lash Freak from Urban Decay, I believe. Yeah. And then I use a primer from Tarte called Opening Act for my eyelashes. I could not find my normal L'Oreal primer. Now let's go into some highlights. I can't find the pink one that I normally use from ColourPop because, like I said, my desk right now is a mess. So we're just gonna go in with an oldie but a goodie, the ABHX Nicole Guerrero highlighter, because this one never gets old. I'm going to take a mixture of this pink shade and this brown shade here, because I love a pinky highlight, and then the brown one just kind of brings it down a little for me. And like this, I'm sorry, I don't care what the trends are, this will never get old for me. Like that will never get old for me. Like you can't even see it here. The boop. Also on the nose. It's also cool to do a little. I'm gonna take a white and the pink for the lip and the chin, and then I'm gonna take just the brown for the forehead. And then I kind of want to do a brow bone moment and all of that. I'm gonna take this fan brush. I have a smaller one. This is like a BH Cosmetics fan brush. I'm gonna take just the brown shade by itself and put that right there above the brow. Give us a little bit of a lifting moment. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I've had to say about my life lately. If you guys cannot tell, it's been a complete shit show. I'm gonna take the white mixed with the brown, and I'm going to put that on the inner corner for a little bit of a highlighting moment. What should we do for lips though? She did not get that far along in her journey. Let's use the LA Girl lip liner. This is in the color Sugar and Spice. And of course my battery's gonna die, so that's cool. Just going to line the lips. And then I kind of want to go on, I have been loving this. This is from NYX. This is their Shine Loud thing. It's like half liquid lipstick, half lip gloss, whatever the case is. I'm gonna go in with this. And literally one dip is your entire lip, honestly. This is the shade, but it's this brownie one. No, I'm not sure. I kind of want to take it to a bit more of a, well, I think it should be fine. Well, let's put some of this on instead. This is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Cake Shake. Let me just see how it looks in the center. We are all done, folks. This is the finished look. I'm gonna give myself a little bit more spray because this needs to stay on until late tonight because she's going out when she gets there. And this is it. Nothing too out of the ordinary, you know, nothing too out of the box, but I just thought that we could sit down, catch up, you know, get to know each other a little bit more. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch what I am guessing is going to be a pretty long video. If you stayed all the way to the end, I appreciate you. You're the real MVP. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Okay, I'm trying to get to 500. Help me help you. More subscribers equals more videos. If you guys have not already seen my video where I'm gonna be mixing breed changes with Bridupre, that's what's going to happen. So if you see the breed changes intro, it is for a lifestyle-esque video. Anyways, I hope you guys like the hair. I hope you guys are, oh, what is going on with that? I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you in another video. I will see you in another video, hopefully very soon. Bye.